What up, guys? I am going to be ranting the SpongeBob episode, A Day Without Tears, and Summer Job. A Day Without Tears is about where Squidward bets SpongeBob can't go the rest of the day without crying. That's it. That is basically it. This episode is nothing but SpongeBob crying. The first half is nothing but crying and Squidward getting annoyed. The first half is nothing but a boring rip-off of Funny Pants and a lot of stupid montages of SpongeBob crying. And the montage of SpongeBob crying is nonsense and it shouldn't have existed. And Squidward was a bit obnoxious in the first half, though the Krabby Patty Nothing gag was hilarious. But still, SpongeBob just cries about everything. It just about broke my eardrums out. This episode is just really annoying, having SpongeBob cry over every single little thing. Stubbing your toe is children torture, and listening to a sad song can make you cry, but not like this kind of crying. But have SpongeBob cry a whole lot less. And then the second half is like a rip-off of Employee of the Month and good old What's-His-Name as well. The second half is boring. The first half is really annoying, like ear rape. And then Squidward ends up losing the bet. Yep, this is a Squidward torture porn. And a ScumBob through and through. ScumBob episode. Yes. Kind of like Pie Guy Rules would say. Pie Guy Rules doesn't hate it as much as I do, but this episode is just horrendous. I give this a 1 out of 10. And having Squidward lose the bet is highly predictable because Squidward never gets what he wants. Because everyone wants Squidward to feel miserable. Alright. Now to Summer Job. This episode is where Mrs. Puff gets a job at the Krusty Krab and then SpongeBob comes out of nowhere and creeps Mrs. Puff. The highlight is the policeman trying to arrest Mrs. Puff after littering. Once SpongeBob gives the note to Mrs. Puff throws it on the ground and rips it into shreds. And then Mrs. Puff ends up getting arrested, and Mrs. Puff looks absolutely okay. Kind of like the scene in Waiting, where SpongeBob is okay when Patrick breaks the toy. So, yes. This is kind of similar to the scene in Waiting, but then Mrs. Puff gets really mad and starts crying in the end. But seriously, why does SpongeBob have to be Mrs. Puff's mentor? Mrs. Puff is already SpongeBob's mentor. And SpongeBob already has a mentor known as Mr. Krabs. And just have Mr. Krabs teach Mrs. Puff instead, because Mrs. Puff and Mr. Krabs actually fell in love in like Krusty Love or something. Have Mr. Krabs or Squidward teach Mrs. Puff instead of SpongeBob, because SpongeBob was beyond unlikable. He was just as annoying in A Day Without Tears. He gave Mrs. Puff the absolute creeps, and even me. I was cowering in fear and anger. Both of these episodes are creepy, annoying, and stupid. But Summer Job had a few more redeeming qualities than A Day Without Tears had. The policeman scene was actually funny. So, I'm gonna have to give Summer Job a 2 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching my rants. Please comment down below what you think of both of these episodes. Please subscribe, like, share. I'll see you all next time.